Hello, everyone. 2022 June 3rd in the afternoon, and today I'm going to talk about the OneDrive using in Linux and Windows. Um, yeah, by the way, today called the Dragon Boat Festival. Now in Hong Kong today is the vacation, and that's happy. And first of all, I illustrate why I need this kind of installation. First of all, you see the pain I'm currently having. I work in Linux box in home and I will update some data and I have to bring it to the office, which is basically Windows. And then now I'm using USB and I sync with the data and then I put the data to the office and then work in the portable apps in the USB and then the data being back. It's very simple, but it's not effective because that working on the USB is actually quite slow and buggy, and sometimes the USB just got out of order and I was just stuck in the office and I couldn't do anything. And now I discovered this OneDrive. First of all, there are two methods basically. One is called OneDrive app, and you check it to do app. You will see that there is actually the OneDrive there, and the folder synchronization with the OneDrive, and then there is a excellent illustration how to set it up and how to install Microsoft OneDrive in Ubuntu, and it just follows and everything fine. I tested, it worked. Basically, I classified as the local authorization, remote authorization, so on. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, and then operation. But the problem is that it's too much for me because after using this method, my OneDrive in the local Linux box would fill in all the data in the cloud. No, that's terrible because I have a huge amount of data in the cloud, which is a collection of all the data that I got over the several decades work in my career. So I don't need it. I only need two basic files that I now currently work at part-time work in the office. It's just such a small amount of data. So, but it needs to frequent updating. So I don't need this method. So, but the outcome is good. It suits my purpose, and there is an excellent.
Introducing SpeechAlarm,
Mm,
the most
that
natural sounding text-to-speech software on the market. Hey, I'm Joe.
Microsoft OneDrive is one of
and that is excellent. Called set up Microsoft OneDrive. How to set up Microsoft OneDrive in Linux. That's good. And I followed instruction and it worked. And I'm using OneDrive that I make a home directory and I make a OneDrive. I don't need to put it here. I don't need to show my name. So to make a OneDrive and then the outcome and that just this line. But the author the YouTuber in this video he forgot to put an ampersand here, and that would use up one of the terminals. So it's better to have added the ampersand, and then this will be better. And now the OneDrive will show all the overdrive the OneDrive files. It shows only. It doesn't mean that it's already there, but unlike the earlier method, you have all the files downloaded. Oh, that's terrible. So now, so my flow is now working like that. Okay, at home, I work on Python development and sometimes writing some documents. Then I have the data always updated to my Linux box, right? And occasionally I back up to the USB for all the data. But before I go to work, I will always sync it to the data in OneDrive portable. and basically these two files. And before I outsync, I would do the outclone, otherwise it disappears. For example, now I haven't done outclone now, and you can see this in OneDrive, there's nothing there. Okay, so I do the outclone, then outsync, then the data will be updated, and it's automatic. Whenever I got outclone, then the cloud data would be automatic. And back to the office, I would run this statement. Substitute P to use the profile OneDrive portable, and then I can run my my programs in Office Windows using the Python for Windows, using the Emacs for Windows, and the Microsoft Office. Then I update these data, and it automatically syncs to the cloud. When I return home, I just do the opposite. I outclone it, and I do the outsync and back to this data. So I always have the data updated. Of course, that I can link up home Linux to that cloud data directly, but I don't want to do that because I want to limit only those data. Although I've done manual work, I do the outsync before I go to office, and in fact I don't go to office that frequent. So I think this data is okay, fine for me. Okay. There's still some work to do, not fully automated, but I think it's safer because if I done something wrong in my programming, and I always get the backup data from my USB or from the data here in the cloud, then I don't have to some kind of messed up programs or documents both appear in the cloud and in the local home computer as well. Okay, thank you for listening to this. Okay, and a side note on how I wrote all these kinds of notes, and one very valuable source to this one called .bash history. When I follow the instructions in the video, I will type in the command line here. Okay, and whenever I type in anything, it would record it in the history, and then I just copy into my notes. Okay, and the notes are called Debian installation org, and also I can, for example, here set OneDrive over. Okay, I would, for example, I want to link this one. Okay, so I store that one, and then I go back to oh sorry, no, this one, yeah, how to install OneDrive in Linux. Okay, then can link to this one. No. Yeah. So can I put my full notes here. So if I want to see this, I store immediately all the information here. The flow. Okay, so using Emacs for writing notes, organizing information is convenient and a lot of fun. Okay, that's it, and thank you for listening to this sharing experience, and have a good day. Thanks.